Okay, so today we're going to make Easter story cookies, and I have 3 assistants with me today. I've got Melody and Clara and Esther. And for this, we need a Bible, or printed out Bible verses. We need a teaspoon of vinegar, 3 egg whites, a cup of granulated sugar, a Ziploc bag, a pinch of salt, a wooden spoon, and tape. Before you begin, you preheat the oven to 300 degrees. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put some whole or half pecans in a Ziploc bag. So, can I get you to pour these in the Ziploc bag for me? There we go. Now, after she seals the Ziploc bag, I'm going to have the other 2 girls beat it. So we're just going to have y'all beat those pecans. Just beat it as hard as you can because we want to crush them up real small.
Pilate then took Jesus and scourged him. And the soldiers twisted together a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and put a purple robe on him. And they began to come up to him and say, "Hail, King of the Jews," and gave him slaps in the face.
Okay, so step 2, I'm going to get one of these girls here to pour 1 teaspoon of vinegar in my bowl. So 1 teaspoon of vinegar in the bowl. You want to do that, Clara? Sure. Okay.
Tired.
Okay, Esther, I want you to pass the vinegar around, and I want everybody to sniff that vinegar. Just don't get sick, but just smell it. Smell how strong it is. If you remember in the Bible, it talks about when he was hanging on the cross, he was thirsty. Jesus was thirsty, and the soldiers gave him, what did the soldiers give Jesus to drink when he was thirsty?
Vinegar.
Vinegar, yeah. So whoever has John 19:28-30 needs to read that.
After this, Jesus, knowing that all things had already been accomplished to fulfill the Scripture, said, "I am thirsty." A jar full of sour wine was standing there. So they put a sponge full of the sour wine upon a branch of hyssop, and brought it up to his mouth. Therefore, when Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit.
Okay, the third step is we're going to add the egg whites to the vinegar. So Esther, you want to pour the egg whites in the vinegar? And as we all know, that an egg is really the beginning of a new life. And so that is what this demonstrates. This demonstrates life. Jesus gave up his own life so that we could live. So who has John 10 through 11?
Okay. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I come so that they may have life and have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep.
Okay, for step 4, we're going to add just a dash of salt to our mixture here. So you want to add just 1 little dash. Okay, good. Okay, a pinch of salt. I'm going to get one of you girls to just put a little bit of salt in everybody's hand for them to taste. Just a little teensy bit. And the reason why we're doing this is because when Jesus died, his followers, his family, they cried salty tears. So the salt represents tears. Okay. All right, so whoever has Luke 23:27, is that Madeline? You want some?
Okay, it's home.
What?
It's home.
And following him was a large crowd of the people, and of women who were mourning and lamenting him.
Okay.
Okay, for step 5, we're going to add 1 cup of sugar to the bowl. Pour it all in. Now, this is the sweetest part of this story because Jesus died because he loves us. And he wants us to know him and to belong to him. So, that makes it a sweet part of the story. Who has Psalms 34, verse 8?
I do.
Okay.
That's on.
Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. How blessed is the man who takes refuge in him.
That's
God
on.
so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
That's on.
Okay, for the sixth step, I'm going to get the girls to beat this mixture on high for about 10 minutes. We're going to beat it until it peaks up and it's really nice and thick. And that it will turn white, and the white represents purity. The purity in God's eyes of those who have sinned and that they've been cleansed by Jesus. Who has Isaiah 1:8?
Come now and let us reason together, says the Lord. Though your sins are as scarlet, they will be as white as snow. Though they are red like crimson, they will be like wool.
That's on.
Now there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. This man came to Jesus by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you have come from God as a teacher, for no one can do these signs that you do unless God is with him. Jesus answered and said to him, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God.
Okay, so now we have mixed this for almost 10 minutes. It's nice and thick. It forms peaks. And remember, what does the white stand for? Purity. Okay, so for step 7, we're going to add the broken pecans. So who wants to add those? Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to fold in the pecans in our mixture. To fold, we just simply do this. We don't want to stir like that. We just want to very carefully fold them in. So y'all want to each have a turn at folding those in? Okay.
When it was evening, there came a rich man from Arimathea, I knew that, named Joseph, who himself had also become a disciple of Jesus. This man went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Then Pilate ordered it to be given to him. And Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen cloth and laid it in his own new tomb, which he had hewn out in the rock. And he rolled a large stone against the entrance of the tomb and went away.
So now I'm just going to put little mounds on my cookie sheet. I have wax paper lined on the cookie sheet, and each mound represents the rocky tomb where they put Jesus' body. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is put our cookie sheets in the oven. Remember, we preheated the oven to 300 degrees, so now we're going to turn off the oven, put this inside the oven, and then we're going to tape the oven shut. So we'll put the tape all around it after I stick these in the oven. And that demonstrates that Jesus' tomb was filled with a large stone. Who has Matthew?
It began to dawn toward the first day of the week. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to look at the grave. And behold, a severe earthquake had occurred, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled away the stone and sat upon it. And his appearance was like lightning, and his clothing as white as snow. The guards shook for fear of him and became like dead men. The angel said to the woman, Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus, who has been crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, just as he said. Come, see the place where he was lying. Go quickly and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead. And behold, he is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him. Behold, I have told you. And they left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy, and ran to report it to his disciples. And behold, Jesus met them and greeted them. And they came up and took hold of his feet and worshipped him.
Okay, for this step, it's time to go to bed. So these little brothers and little sisters, when we do this at home, they're going to be really sad that they have to leave the cookies without tasting it and have to go to bed. So this is the demonstration of how the followers might have felt. They felt great sadness and despair when the tomb was sealed. So who has John 16, verse 20?
I do.
Everybody, did you just John 16, 20 or 20 and 22? So there's actually two of them highlighted.
Okay. Truly, truly, I say to you that you will weep and lament, but the world will rejoice. You will grieve, but your grief will be turned into joy. Therefore, you too have grief now, but I will see you again, and your heart will rejoice, and no one will take your joy away from you.
Okay, for the last step, we're going to untape the oven, and we're going to take the cookies out of the oven and taste them. Okay, we've already took them out of the oven, actually. So do y'all want to taste? Y'all want to be the first to taste? Do you want to taste the one with the nuts or without the nuts? Without the nuts. Come on, Cheetah. Tell me what you noticed about these.
They're empty.
They're empty. That's right, they're empty.
Feels like foam.
Are they good? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you see how what are they inside? They're hollow inside. Very interesting. They are empty because Jesus was risen. And so the tomb is empty. So on that very first Easter, Jesus' followers were shocked to find that the tomb was empty. So who has Matthew 28, 1 through 9?
Two.